Hello, welcome back to Fallout 4, and today we're going to save Nick Valentine's ass. We got a couple different things we have to do with this character, Beth Esda, and we have a lot of things that we have to try to decide. One of the main things we're going to have to decide pretty soon is which faction we're going to be joining. So, there's the Minutemen, there's the Railroad, there's the Brotherhood of Steel, there's the Institute, and all of them have different ways to finish the game up, but they all... Well, 3 out of the 4 spots pretty much have the same thing. They all blow up the Institute one way or another. The Institute, just takes out the Brotherhood of Steel and the Railroad, and they just kind of go on doing their thing. The Brotherhood of Steel blows up the Railroad for some reason and blows up the Institute using the robot. The Railroad also finds a way to blow up the Brotherhood of Steel if you want to, which I don't understand why exactly. But they also do the same thing. They go to the Institute using the same type of technology, and they go and blow the Institute up. Out of all the factions, the most interesting ending to me personally is the Minutemen ending, because they don't go dead on straight through like all the others. They go to the old CTI building or whatever it is, and then what they do from there is they just blow a big old hole, and then they go through into the Institute that way, while the Minutemen, They find a whole different way to go into the CIT building or whatever, and go find a way into the Institute. I think it's the most interesting. That's just my personal preference, but quite honestly, I'm curious. Out of all the factions that I can possibly make Bethesda join here, out of these factions, which do you think we should finish the game on? If you have a personal preference of your own, leave a comment down below and let me know why you think that's the faction we should go with. And I'll get back to you sooner or later. That's what I do. I just shot the shit out of that guy's head. But anyway, yeah. So, with that said and done, we're going through this little area. And we're going to get through this vault in a minute here. And we get into the vault, kill a bunch of triggermen, and then, of course, we eventually find Nick. I'm going to try to make this video fairly short. I don't want to make the video much longer than maybe 15 minutes, so I'm going to try to keep it below that. And I'm going to try to entertain you on the way as we progress. I'm going to cut out a lot of the simple stuff, the first-person stuff. That's another thing. Do you all prefer me playing the game in first person or third person? That's another thing I'm actually curious to know. Because, we have grown actually a lot since I started this channel. I know for the longest time I had 12 subscribers, and that was like that for years. And then I got into the 40s. And ever since then, as the years go on, the last 2 years, I went to over 200. Which I know that's a very small channel compared to a lot of other channels. And I don't know, I think maybe it's just because of the way that I do things, the way that I play the game, the way that I record myself. Just how I project who I am is different than the average Joe. I know that I've always thought a little bit differently than the average person. I don't know what it is. It's just a different way of thinking. I don't know if I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I've known ever since I was a little kid that the way that my mind thinks is just a little bit different. And I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't following no damn trends, not unless it's by accident. So knowing that I have a little over 200 people subscribing to my channel, I know that these 200 and some people, they're real people. They're looking for someone who's a little bit odd, a little bit different than the same 500 people that you see on YouTube, every other fucking video that you want to watch. There's people, even when they play games, they say the same stuff, it seems. And I'm just I'm not going to fall into that type of stuff. I'm just going to play this game the way that I like it. And I'll change it up a little bit for your preference, like third person instead of first person or whatever. Stuff like that. If I have questions, and you give me suggestions, yeah, I'll be willing to check them out. But anyway, that's how I am. That's how I feel about this, and I appreciate everyone stopping by and checking out my channel. And that was fun. But yeah, like I was saying, thanks for stopping by. I always appreciate it. And we're just going to go through this vault. We're going to go and find Nick. We're going to get through some of these people. We're going to pick up some of the stuff. I got a couple of those triggermen are always legendary status. So we're going to go and try to find some cool, unique weapons as we progress. You know what? I'm going to try to snipe this dude over here. Got him. Anyone else? think there's someone over here. Let me get a little bit closer. Yep. See if I can kill his ass too. There you go. Yeah, all right, let's keep on going. So anyway, basically this is a vault that Skinny Malone and his croners decide to take over. Sorry, cronies decided to take over, not croners. And they decided to take Nick and hostage for some reason. I don't really know why. I know that Nick's secretary was kind of worried about him, so she sent us this way, and this is the closest way to get to Kellogg. Or I should say, quickest way to get to Kellogg. You go find Nick, you go back to his agency, he tells you what he knows, or you tell him what you know about what you saw with Kellogg and all that. I think that's what's next. And then Nick also wants you to go into Kellogg's house, so we're going to have to do that later. But we have to do all this before we can even get there. And I do want to show everyone how I actually played the game with certain characters. I always go through the game pretty similarly with most of my characters. This is kind of how I play the game, generally speaking. And the only thing that I really haven't done too much with this character that I do with my other characters is a lot of base building. That's the dude antagonizing Nick. Let me see if I can snipe his ass. Got him. I don't know if my base building is really impressive to anyone. I don't really use mods. If I do use a mod, I'll let y'all know that I use a mod, but 90% of the time, if not more, I don't use any mods at all. I just use what I have. There is sometimes where I only use the base game stuff. There's just another thing I might do is I might actually build up one of the harder places to build with the very basic items that you can use for base building, because I don't know, I just find it kind of fun. We got Nick here, and there's the speech bobblehead right here. Always good to get. And now we're going to go and we're going to talk to Nick, and we're going to go out of this vault. We're going to find Skinny Malone, and then we can either reason with him or we can just shoot through him. Now, as far as I understand, Skinny Malone doesn't do anything throughout the game. Usually I reason with him, but I don't know. When we get to Skinny Malone, we'll figure out what we're doing. But yeah, right now we got Nick. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to be switching through weapons. I'm going to use the Power Fist because I think it's kind of fun to use. I'm definitely going to use the Overseer's Guardian. And I'll probably use a sniper rifle. I might even use the Deliverer a little bit. Just to kind of switch it up somewhat. I'm trying to sneak through this area. Now, I've never been able to sneak through this area. Nick always says, hey, you want to take the sneaking approach or do you want to take like the direct approach? And quite honestly, I've never been able to take the sneaking way out through here. I always have to go and shoot these people. Now, I don't know if it's because I have a follower with me. I don't know if that's the problem. That very could well be it. But then again, also Nick's there, and Nick's not very sneaky either. So I don't know. Has anyone been able to get through that area by sneaking? With this, I found some vault suits. I like collecting vault suits. I went through some of the inventory. Don't really need to go through all that. I just sped through that. And so I'm going to open this up, see what's in here real quick, and then I'm gonna start beating the crap out of people with this Power Fist for a little bit, just because, I don't know, it's fun to do. I really should make this character a little bit better with like melee weapons or unarmed. I'm not sure which one it is to make this type of weapon stronger with her, but it's always fun. Like, look at that. Look at that. He got kaplowed. Same with this guy. He got fucking gutted. But he's a legendary, so yeah. Alright, that took a little while. Alright, well, this is a troubleshooter's pipe revolver. Alright, cool. It's a pipe revolver. Might be able to do something with that, especially when I go to like Nuka World. Might help, maybe. Yeah, go punch this guy. Look at that. I had to slow that down. That was kind of fun. I don't know why that's so amusing to me. I know that they do show in slow motion, but I decided to make it even more slow motion. I don't mind it. This is what I do. Deal with it. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I mean, we only got... I'm trying to keep this as short as I can. We're getting out of this vault pretty quick. Yeah, let me just go take this guy out real fast. All right, keep on going. Someone's shooting over here. We're gonna take him out. You know, there's also a way to like make... Oh, look at that. Poof! He went flying. There's a way to extend the reach that you have with melee weapons and whatnot, which is always fun to do with a stronger character. She's not quite my strongest character, but that's another way that maybe we can go. is doing more melee stuff. I mean, a lot of people do the guns, and I do have a character or two that's strictly like melee, but most of the time I'm using guns. So I don't know. That's just an option. Just sticking with some melee stuff because that's definitely a different way to play the game. Here he is, Skinny Malone, my friend. You know, I'm not going to compromise with him. Like, let's just move on. Like, he's just in the way. And like I said earlier, I don't know what he does in this story at all after this. Like, you see him through this vault, and then after that, you don't see him anymore. I've saved him a couple of times. I made the girlfriend go all crazy. I don't know. I've done different options, and it doesn't seem to do anything. So it's like, well, why even bother? All right, well, we've pretty much seen this, so we're going to run out of here real fast. We're going to get through this vault real quick. We're going to follow Nick up through this ladder. We're going to talk to him, and then we're going to make it back to Diamond City. Should probably brighten up the screen just a smidgen. There you go.
Thanks for getting me out. How did you know where to find me anyway?
I kind of like hearing Nick's little talk here, so I'm not going to intervene too much.
Ellie, she sent me.
She did? I should give her a raise. Now, you mentioned something about your son. I want you to come to my office in Diamond City.
I'll meet you there.
See you in Diamond City.
All right, well, with that said and done, we completed Unlikely Valentine. Leveled up. It looks like, and I'll figure out what type of perk I want to add next video. Right now, we're going to go back to home plate, our house, and I think I'm going to leave the video here. I just have one more question. Really, out of all of the different factions that we can choose, which one do you think I should go for? Should I go with the Minutemen? Should I go with the Brotherhood of Steel? Should I go with the Institute? Or should I go with the Railroad? I'm going to put them all up on the screen and give them each numbers, and then you can choose which one you like, and if you want to, you can leave a comment down below with 1, 2, 3, or 4, and let me know what your choice is. I might put a poll up on my page. I don't know if it's going to get any traction, but I'll probably give it a go. But anyway, thanks for your time. I just looked. I have 220 subscribers. I really do appreciate every one of you. Thanks for stopping in. I always appreciate you guys coming and visiting me. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. You have a good morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever it is, where you're at, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.